This M1895 Lee Navy, or Winchester Lee as it's sometimes called, represented the absolute peak of technology. It really is kind of a space-age rifle for the 1890s. It used a very small caliber, relatively high velocity for the time 6mm bullet, or 236 Lee Navy as you'll see it called sometimes. So unlike the bolt action rifles we're used to, you don't have to rotate the bolt to unlock it, then pull it back, close it, and rotate it again. The bolt actually cams into the receiver to lock, so all you had to do was crank the bolt sort of up and back to open it. This theoretically allowed for a greater effective rate of fire than something like a Krag-Jorgensen like the Army was using at the time, but I haven't really seen any studies showing a superior effective rate of fire in practice. But it really is an impressive rifle. Marines using 236 Lee Navy or 6mm Lee Navy ammunition in their service rifles. It was also used in the machine guns, including the machine guns aboard ships for defense against torpedo boats. So being able to carry more was a huge advantage. Now, the 6mm chambering never became standard across the US military, let alone common throughout the rest of the world, because even the high grade for the time nickel steel barrels used in Lee Navy rifles were not up to handling the strain of firing such a high velocity round. You'll see that unlike many other rifles that were used by both the Army and the Navy, this one has a specific USN anchor property mark because this was only used by the Marine Corps and by naval security forces. The Army did not use this rifle. It was loaded by means of inserting a clip into the internal magazine from the top of the receiver. Then when the clip was empty, it would drop out of the open bottom of the magazine. So you didn't have to remove the empty clip, but this did present a problem in the field because in muddy and dirty conditions, debris could get inside here and cause issues with the internal magazine. You can see the manufacturer's mark there on the left side of the receiver, Winchester Repeating Arms Company. Winchester was the only company to produce these, and according to their records, they produced about 20,000 of them. This one, marked 17,600, is from near the end of production. Some sources say only 15,000 of these were made, but serial numbers and manufacturing records indicate it was more like 20,000. Marines carried Winchester Lee rifles into the Spanish-American War, and the flatter trajectory of the 6mm round gave them a little bit of an advantage of their Army counterparts using .30 caliber Krag-Jorgensen rifles.